Hi students, today we are going to learn a new chapter, chapter 14, reproduction in plants, reproduction in plants. So in this lesson we discuss about the topic reproduction. So we all know about all the living organisms have some certain characteristics, and also how the all living organisms produce their offsprings or produce their young ones through which method? Yes, reproduction, through reproduction. That means the production of new individuals from their parents is known as reproduction. That means if the plants also reproduce, animals also reproduce, and also human beings also reproduce. What do you mean by reproduction? Reproduction means the organisms produce new individuals or new ones or young ones or offsprings from their parents. That is called reproduction. That is called reproduction. There are different modes of reproductions are there. Reproductions are takes place in plants. Let's discuss about different modes of reproduction in plants in this lesson. Okay, first of all, modes of reproduction. Modes of reproduction. Modes of reproduction. We know about reproduction. What do you mean by reproduction? Reproduction means the production of new ones or new young ones or offsprings from their parents. That is called a reproduction. Then next we discuss about modes of reproduction. Then we know about plants. We know about plant. Plant is also a living thing. Okay. Then most plants have, what are different parts of a plant? Yes, the plants have stem, root, leaf, then flower, fruit, then bud. These all are the different parts of the plants. Then that parts, that means the most plants have roots, stems and leaves. The roots, stem, the different parts of the plants are roots, then stems, then leaves, then trees. These parts are called vegetative parts. These parts are called vegetative parts. Vegetative parts. Okay, what are vegetative parts of a plant? Roots, stem and leaves. These are the vegetative parts of a plant. Okay, after then we know that most plants have roots, stem and leaves. These are called the vegetative parts of a plant. Then we know that after if we plant plant, then after some times we can see from that there is a new leaf or new branch is coming out. So then some more days after we can see that plant bear flowers. That plant bear flowers. So then sometimes we have seen that mango trees flowering in spring season. Mango trees flowering in spring season. So it is these flowers that give rise to juicy mango fruit we enjoy in which season? Summer season. So we eat fruits and we remove the seeds. So it's a waste part. We consider it's a waste part. So we remove the seeds from the fruits. Then the seeds from that seeds itself, that seeds can germinate the new one or it can produce the new plant. That seeds can produce the new plant. Okay. Next one. Then we know that what are the vegetative parts of a plant? Yes, stem, roots and a leaf. Roots, stems and leaves. These are the vegetative parts of a plant. Then once again about in this chapter the reproduction in plants we discuss about reproduction. What do you mean by reproduction? Reproduction means the production of new individuals. The production of new individuals from their parents is called reproduction. So then next one, the different types of reproductions are there in plants. So and next one, we know about the different parts of a plant. Then the plant consists of two parts, the vegetative part and the reproductive part. Vegetative part and the reproductive part. And reproductive parts. Vegetative part and reproductive parts. Okay. The vegetative parts are roots, stem, leaves. These are the vegetative parts. Reproductive parts means in a plant, the plant bears flowers. So that flowers are the reproduction. Flowers are helps to take reproduction. Helps to take reproduction in plants. So flowers are the reproductive parts of a plant. Okay, if a flower may have either the male part or the female part or both male and female parts. Okay, a flower may have either male or female or both male and female. Then first one, once again about a plant consists of two parts, category of parts. First one, vegetative part. Second one, reproductive part. Vegetative parts means parts consist of roots, stems and leaves. Vegetative parts consist of roots, stems and leaves. The reproductive parts consist of flowers. The flowers helps in reproduction. Flowers helps in reproduction. In plants, the flowers helps in reproduction. Okay. Then in plants, there are different ways to produce offsprings of plants. Okay, plants produce their offsprings through different ways. These are categorized into two types. First one, asexual and sexual reproduction. Asexual and sexual reproduction. The plants can reproduce their offsprings through asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. In plants, reproduction are of two types. First one, asexual reproduction. Then second one, sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction. Okay, asexual and sexual reproduction. In asexual reproductions, plants can give rise to new plants without seeds. The plants can give new ones without seeds. Without seeds, they produce new ones. Without seeds, they produce new ones. Okay. Then in sexual reproduction, new plants are obtained from seeds. In sexual reproduction, with the seeds, with the help of seeds, the plants can produce new plants. Okay. So once again, reproduction. So we know about reproduction. What do you mean by reproduction? In plants, reproduction means the production of new individuals individual from their parents. That is called reproduction. Then if a plant consists of, we discuss more about the reproduction takes place in plants. So we know about the plants consist of different parts, roots, stems, then leaves, then flowers, etc. So and also the plant consists of two category of parts. First one vegetative part, second one then reproductive part. First vegetative part. The vegetative part consists of root, stems and leaves. The reproductive part consists of flowers. The flower helps to reproduction in plants. Next one, reproduction are of two types. In plants, the production of offsprings takes place in two ways. First one, through asexual reproduction, and second one through sexual reproduction. First one through asexual reproduction, the plants produce the new plant without seeds. The plants can produce the new plant without seeds is called asexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction means the plants can produce the new plants or the new offsprings with the seeds. That is called sexual reproduction, or the new plants are obtained from the seeds. That is called sexual reproduction. Okay, all of you understood? Yes. Next about asexual reproduction. We know about asexual. The new one is produced without seeds. Okay, in asexual reproduction, new plants are obtained without production of seeds or spores. Okay, asexual reproductions takes place through different ways, through vegetative propagation, through fragmentation, through budding, then through spore formation. In this way, the asexual reproductions takes place. First of all, asexual reproduction through vegetative propagation. How asexual reproduction takes place? Asexual reproduction takes place through different ways. First one, vegetative propagation. Through vegetative propagation. Second one, through budding. Then third one, through fragmentation. Then fourth one, through spore formation. Okay, in this way, the asexual reproductions takes place through vegetative propagation, through budding, through fragmentation, then through spore formation. So first one about vegetative propagation. Vegetative propagation, we know about the different vegetative parts of a plant. So the different vegetative parts, which are the vegetative parts of a plant? Yes, root, stem and leaves. So the root, stem and leaves helps the plants to produce the new ones. Okay, then vegetative propagation. It is a type of asexual reproduction. We know that vegetative propagation is a type of asexual reproduction. In vegetative propagation, there is no seeds. There is in the absence of seeds, the new ones are produced in vegetative propagation. It is a type of asexual reproduction. Then the new plants are produced from the roots, stems and leaves. And even in buds also, the new ones are produced. Okay, since the reproduction is through the vegetative parts of the plant, it is known as vegetative propagation. Then how we can define vegetative propagation? Vegetative propagation means through the vegetative parts like roots, stem, leaves and buds, the plants can produce their offspring or new ones through asexual reproduction. That is called vegetative propagation. That is called vegetative propagation. Okay, an activity is given for understand about vegetative propagation. That is activity 12.1. Activity 12.1. So that activity tells us about cut a branch of rose or chamba with a node. Cut a branch of rose or chamba with a node. This piece of branch is termed a cutting. That means the cut out portion, that is called cutting. Bury the cutting in the soil. Bury the cutting in the soil. A node is a part of the stem. What do you mean the node? Node is a part of the stem or branch at which a leaf arises. At which a leaf arises. So then water the cutting every day and observe its growth. Observe and record the number of days taken for roots to come out and new leaves to arise. Try the same activity by growing money plant in a jar of water and record your observations. So, what is the that activity tells us? അതായത് ഫസ്റ്റ് ഓഫ് ഓൾ നമ്മൾ എന്ത് ചെയ്യാം, ഒരു റോസ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ചാമ്പയുടെയോ എന്തെടുക്കണം, ഒരു തണ്ട് കട്ട് ചെയ്തെടുക്കണം. അപ്പോൾ എന്താ കാണണം, ആ ഒരു ബ്രാഞ്ച് നമ്മൾ കട്ട് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ അതിനകത്ത് നോഡ് ഉണ്ടായിരിക്കണം. അതായത് പിന്നെ എന്താ സ്റ്റെമ്മും പിന്നെ എന്താ ലീവ്സും വരത്തില്ലേ, ആ ഒരു ഭാഗത്തിനെയാണ് നമ്മൾ എന്തെന്ന് പറയുന്നത്, നോഡ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. എന്നിട്ട് ആ കട്ട് ചെയ്ത പോർഷനെ എടുത്ത് ഇവിടെ നമ്മൾ മണ്ണിൽ കുഴിച്ച് വെക്കുക. എന്നിട്ട് കുറച്ച് ദിവസം എന്ത് ചെയ്യുക, വെള്ളം ഒഴിച്ചു കൊടുക്കുക. അപ്പോൾ കുറച്ച് ദിവസം കഴിയുമ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് എന്ത് കാണാൻ സാധിക്കും, ആ കട്ടിങ്ങിൽ നിന്നും എന്ത് ന്യൂ ലീവ്സ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ബഡ് എറേസ് ചെയ്തതായിട്ട് കാണാൻ കഴിയും. ഓക്കെ, സോ അപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ എന്താ ചെയ്തത്, എന്ത് രീതിയിലാണ് പുതിയ പ്ലാന്റ് ആയിട്ടത് വളർന്നത്, സ്റ്റെമ്മ് വെച്ചിട്ടാണ് അല്ലേ. നമ്മൾ അതിൻ്റെ ഒരു സ്റ്റെമ്മ്, റോസിൻ്റെ സ്റ്റെമ്മ് കട്ട് ചെയ്തല്ലേ വെച്ചത്. നമ്മൾ റോസായിട്ട് നടുന്നത് എങ്ങനെയാണ്, റോസായുടെ തണ്ടത്ത് സ്റ്റെമ്മ് മുറിച്ച് വെച്ചാണ് നമ്മൾ പുതിയ റോസ നമ്മൾ വളർത്തിയെടുക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ അത് ന്യൂ പ്ലാന്റ് ആണ്. അപ്പോൾ വെജിറ്റേറ്റീവ് പാർട്സിൻ്റെ സഹായത്താൽ നമുക്ക് എന്ത് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും, ന്യൂ പ്ലാന്റ്സിനെ പ്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് സഹായിക്കും. ഓക്കെ, നെക്സ്റ്റ് after some days we can see flower buds developing into flowers. The new leaves are comes, then also the flower buds are developing into flowers. Then apart from flower buds there are buds in the axil. The axil means the point of attachment of the leaf at the node. Then next one, these buds are called vegetative buds. A bud consists of a short stem around which immature overlapping leaves are folded. The vegetative buds can also give rise to new plants. So from that we can say that the vegetative buds can also produce a new plant. Okay, so once again, how to vegetative propagation takes place, we can take an example. So if we cut a branch of rose plant, then we bury the rose plant cutting into the soil and then water the cutting for several days. After sometimes we can see from that cutting there is a new bud arised. So from that arised new one is a new plant. So from this we can say the vegetative propagation takes place. That is an asexual reproduction. There is reproduction takes place. Okay. Next another activity is given. That is, take a fresh potato. Take a fresh potato. Observe the scars on it with the help of a magnifying glass. Okay, you may find buds in them. These scars are also called eyes. These scars are also called eyes. Cut a few pieces of a potato, each with an eye, and bury them in the soil. First of all, we should take a potato, fresh potato, then observe the scars. That each scar is considered as an eye. So then cut out the potato with the scars and bury the pieces of potato into the soil. After some time we water the potato pieces, then we can see from that new sprouting is coming out from that pieces. That is the new one, that is the new plant. Okay. Next, another example for vegetative propagation, potato, then rose plant, or then another example, ginger. Ginger is also produce their new one or new plant through asexual reproduction like vegetative propagation. Okay. Root, ginger, root, then, okay. Next, another example, bryophyllum. Some leaves have the ability to produce their young ones from their leaf itself, from the nodes or the root, from the roots of some plants can also give rise to new plants, and from the leaves also can produce their young ones. Okay, an example for the leaf which produce their new plant, that is bryophyllum. What is bryophyllum? Bryophyllum. Bryophyllum is an example for the vegetative propagation. The bryophyllum, the new ones are coming from the leaves itself, from the leaf of bryophyllum. Okay. Next one, another example from, then we know the stems also produce. Then what? Then the leaf also produce their new ones. Through which type of reproduction? Through asexual reproduction, like vegetative propagation. Okay, next one, budding. 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 Next one, budding. We know about yeast. Yeast is a single-celled organism. Yeast is a single-celled organism. It is a single-celled organism. So by using yeast, the yeast can reproduce through budding. The yeast can reproduce. That reproduction is an asexual reproduction. That is called budding. Okay. So we know that the tiny organism, the yeast is a tiny organism, and it can only seen under a microscope. Then these grows and multiply every few hours. If it gets sufficient nutrients available, then it multiply every few hours. Okay, and also it is a single-celled organism. An activity is given to understand about budding with the yeast. First of all, we take a piece of yeast. piece of yeast cake or yeast powder from a bakery. Then from a bakery or a chemist shop. From a bakery or a chemist shop. Take a pinch of yeast and place it in a container with some water. What we do? What we have to do? Yes, first of all we take a pinch of yeast and place it in a container with some water. Then add a spoonful of sugar and shake it, dissolve it and shake to dissolve it. Keep it in the warm part of a room. Keep it in the warm part of a room. After an hour, put a drop of this liquid on a glass slide. Then observe under a microscope. We can observe the reproduction in yeast by budding. The reproduction in yeast by budding. The yeast cell. What happened to the yeast? Yeast cell, single celled organism, yeast cell. The small bulb-like projections, projections coming out from the yeast cell, that is called a bud. Then the bud gradually grows and gets detached from the parent cell. Then the parents detached from the parent cell and forms a new yeast cell. Then the new yeast cells grows, matures and produce more yeast cell. Sometimes another bud arises from the bud forming a chain of buds. If this process continues, a large number of yeast cells are produced in a short time. So let's understand about budding. Okay, about budding. Budding is also an asexual reproduction. So, for example, we take the reproduction takes place through budding. We take yeast. Yeast is a single-celled organism, and also it can only seen through under a microscope. Then it have the ability to multiply. It can the ability to grow and multiply every few hours if it gets sufficient nutrients. Okay, then to understand about budding, if we first of all we take a pinch of yeast into a container with water, then add a spoonful of sugar and shake the solution well. Then after some time we take a drop of this liquid in a glass slide and see under a microscope. We can see what? Yes, the single-celled yeast cell reproduce like a bulb-like projections coming out from the yeast cell, that is called a bud is coming. Then that bud gradually grows and detaches from the parent cell. Then that new bud is again reproduce and that again produced new one is again reproduced like a chain of bud are reproduced within a short period of time. So that is called budding. Okay, so I think all of you understood. Okay, once again about reproduction in plants. So it's very simple. So you should understand about the concepts. Okay, so reproduction means the production of new individuals from the parents is called reproduction. So the reproductions are of two types, asexual and sexual reproduction. Sexual and asexual reproductions takes place through two category of parts present in the plants, through vegetative parts and through reproductive parts. Through vegetative parts, the plants can reproduce. The vegetative parts consist of roots, stems and leaves. Okay, so the vegetative parts only helps to asexual reproductions. The asexual reproductions are of different types. The vegetative propagation, budding, fragmentation, spore formation. Okay, first one, vegetative propagation. Vegetative propagation is a type of asexual reproduction. In vegetative propagation, what happens? Yes, the vegetative parts helps to reproduce the new ones. For example, for vegetative propagation, we take the branch of a rose or is going to vegetative propagation. Then in ginger, in potato, then the example like bryophyllum is a leaf. That leaf also reproduce their young ones through which type of reproduction? Yes, vegetative reproduction, because that reproduction is also always takes place through roots, stems, leaves and buds. Okay. Next one, vegetative reproduction, that is budding. That is budding. We for budding, an example we take it as that is yeast. So in yeast, the reproduction is takes place through budding, by budding. So in for consider budding, first of all we should take a pinch of yeast and put it in a container with water. Then add a spoonful of sugar, then shake it well and keep it aside for an hour. Then after some time we should take a drop of solution into a slide and view through it under a microscope. We can see that single cell yeast reproduce and a bulb-like projections are produced, that is a reproductive bud. That reproductive bud grows, then reproductive buds gradually grows and gets detached from their parent cell and forms a new yeast cell. Then the new yeast cell grows, matures and produces more yeast cells again, like a chain of buds are produced. So that is called budding. Through budding, the reproduction takes place. Okay, next one fragmentation. 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 Fragmentation is also a type of asexual reproduction. Here the fragmentation, an example for the fragmentation takes place in algae. We know where is algae found? Yes, algae are found on the slimy green patches in ponds or in other stagnant water bodies. In water bodies we can see algae, that greenish color, that is called algae. Then when water and nutrients are available to algae to grow and multiply rapidly by fragmentation. So the algae can reproduce through which method? Yes, fragmentation method. And algae breaks up into 2 or more fragments. Then these fragments or pieces grow into new individuals. This process continues and they cover a large area in a short period of time. Yes. Once again about fragmentation. അതായത് ഫ്രാഗ്മെന്റേഷൻ നമുക്കറിയാം. ഫ്രാഗ്മെന്റേഷൻ എക്സാമ്പിൾ ആൽഗയിൽ ഫ്രാഗ്മെന്റേഷൻ ആണ് നടക്കുന്നത്. ഫ്രാഗ്മെന്റേഷൻ എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ ഓരോ പാർട്ടായിട്ട് ഒരു ഫ്രാഗ്മെന്റ് ആയിട്ട് മാറുകയാണ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് ആൽഗ എവിടെയൊക്കെ കാണാൻ പറ്റും? അതായത് ഒരുപാട് വെള്ളം വീഴുന്ന സ്ഥലങ്ങളിലൊക്കെ നമുക്ക് എന്ത് കാണാം? ആൽഗെ കാണാം, പായൽ കാണാൻ സാധിക്കും. അപ്പോൾ എന്താ സംഭവിക്കുന്നത്? ഈ പായലിന് ന്യൂട്രിയൻസും വാട്ടറും ലഭിക്കുന്നതിനനുസരിച്ച് അത് റാപ്പിഡായിട്ട് എന്ത് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കും? റീപ്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കും. അവിടെ റീപ്രൊഡക്ഷൻ നടക്കുന്നത് എന്താ? ഫ്രാഗ്മെൻറ്റ്സ് ആയിട്ട് ഡിവൈഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നു. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ഓരോ ഫ്രാഗ്മെൻറ്റ്സും വിത്തിൻ ഷോർട്ട് പീരീഡ് ഓഫ് ടൈം കൊണ്ട് എന്ത് ചെയ്യും? അത് വീണ്ടും റീപ്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്ത് ഒരു ഷോർട്ട് ടൈം കൊണ്ട് ലോങ്ങർ ഏരിയ എന്ത് ചെയ്യും? കവർ ചെയ്യും. അപ്പോൾ അത് ഏതൊരു വേ ഓഫ് മെത്തേഡിലാണ്? ഫ്രാഗ്മെൻറ്റുകളായിട്ട് മാറുന്നു. That means fragmentation. Fragmentation is also a type of asexual reproduction. An example for fragmentation takes place in algae. We can see algae on the slimy green patches in ponds. Then or in stagnant water bodies we can see algae. So if the algae gets sufficient water and nutrients, it will rapidly reproduce. Then through fragmentation, First of all, the algae breaks up into two or more fragments. First of all, the algae breaks up into two or more fragments. Then these fragment or pieces grow into new individuals. Then this process continues and they cover a large area in a short period of time. That is called fragmentation. Okay students, once again what all things we learned today? We learn about reproduction in plants. What do you mean by reproduction? Reproduction means the production of new individual from their parents is called reproduction. The reproduction takes place through different parts, vegetative parts and through reproductive parts. The vegetative parts are roots, stems and leaves and buds. The reproductive parts, flowers are the reproductive parts of a plant. Then there are two types of reproduction takes place in plants. First one, sexual and asexual reproduction. Asexual reproductions takes place without seeds. Without seeds, the plants produce their new ones. Then sexual reproduction means the plants reproduce with the plant. New plants are produced from the seeds. Then asexual reproductions are different types. Asexual reproductions through vegetative propagation, through budding, through fragmentation, through spore formation. First one we learn about vegetative propagation. Vegetative propagations takes place through vegetative parts like root, stem, leaves and buds. Next we learn about budding. Budding is also takes place means within a short period of time more young ones or offsprings are produced within a short period of time. Okay, then next we learned about an example we take for budding, that is yeast, formation of yeast. So first of all we take a pinch of yeast in a container, then container with the water, then add a spoonful of sugar and shake it well, then keep it aside for an hour, then take a drop of that solution into a slide and view through under a microscope. We can see that single celled yeast going to reproduce like a bulb-like projections, that is called a bud. Then that bud grows gradually and detached from their parent cell. Then that new bud is again produce new yeast cell. Then that production is continuously takes place. Then it's like a chain reaction, that is called a budding. Then fragmentation takes place in algae. We can see algae where in the stagnant water bodies or in slimy green patches in ponds. So in algae breaks into two or more fragments or pieces. Then each fragment or pieces reproduce new individuals from each fragment. Then it cover a large area within a short period of time. So students, let's wind up the class. All of you read your textbook more and more times. If you have any doubt, ask me. Okay, see you later. Thank you.